It's the season opener! Welcome race fans to the official coverage of Season 5 of the Revolution Cup. Coming today from beautiful Nürburgring GP in Germany. This season we are driving the Formula Renault 3.5 with 530 horsepower and expected top speeds north than 300 km per hour and extreme acceleration of 2.9 seconds from 0 to 100 km per hour or 0 to 60 miles per hour. The cars drive with a 6-speed sequential transmission and have a naturally aspirated V8 engine. And they feature DRS, which means on straights they can flatten up their rear wing. So today's race will take place today, 16th July. Nice day at the Nürburgring. Nothing crazy on time progression or weather progression. Everything is according to real time. So this season we feature 2 races, a sprint race, which is shorter and is scored about half the points, and the feature race, which is scored normal points like you know from previous seasons. This first race is 12 laps with light cloud, and the second race will be 24 laps with a little bit more cloudy forecast for the race, so a little bit colder temperatures. Some people might struggle with grip fit, and a mandatory 4-tire pit stop there. So we are ready for awesome racing tonight. So Puff Parrot came with a clean sweep from the preseason event, and yeah, it's definitely the most momentum he has. Then again, pretty much still a dark horse, although he showed a lot of potential last week, is Murphy. He was leading the second race and then unfortunately came together with a lapper, which cost him the victory. Then again, also quite good last week was Teague's Free Stew. He was also leading the second race before it unraveled for him. So again, somebody who we really have to watch out. And then, yeah, again the big competitor last year for Puff Parrot, Project BD, and the surprise of the season last year, Fab Iceman. I'm expecting a lot of him. He had a lot of momentum coming from last season with his 2 victories at the end of the season, so he is probably going to be really strong. Then we also saw a lot of pace from Diluvian last week. Also had a bit of bad luck at the end, and what I've heard, Night Tiger was really comfortable in practice, so we might expect something from him. So this season we feature 13 teams, A2 drivers. So with 26 liveries on the car, every driver will have his own livery, which makes it easier for us broadcaster to be able to know which driver it is, and we don't have to guess that much anymore. And yeah, some of you might already ask, where is King Kodiak, my trusty partner from last time? He is unfortunately out tonight. He is at hospital with problems with his foot, so regards to King Kodiak. Get well soon, buddy. We miss you. And we now see the countdown, so qualifying is about to start any minute now. So we can prepare for that. So the Nürburgring, 5.14 kilometers long, 16 turns, very tricky course, also a kind of tight course, but yeah, definitely it will provide close racing if we go by anything that we saw last week at the preseason test. So, and I think we should already go with probably the favorite coming into this season, Puff Pirate. A lot of momentum from last week, as already mentioned. He swept last weekend, but he had a little bit of luck. Second race, also the first race. But yeah, I mean, you have to have luck in racing to be successful, so not taking any way away from him. He's probably one of the fastest guys in here and the only one that is a two-time champion in RSR. So then, yeah, we have Project PD in the Bandai Namco car. Also normally a quite quick guy who likes to choose a little bit extraordinary cars and likes to kind of get his competition a little bit stressed because he's picking totally different cars. Yeah, then the newcomer of last season, Rookie of the Year, Fab Iceman. This time he isn't the dark horse. Everybody knows what to expect from him. He is in the blue best known car. Then Alex Salmon, who was missing at the preseason event, but was very strong last season, and since he made the switch to VR, is always a challenger of Puff Pirate and Project PD. Then TX3 Stu in the T-Rexogy car was extremely strong last week at Red Bull Ring, but had unfortunately some problems, which made it a little bit hard for him. But let's get back to Puff Pirate. Yeah, he's already nearing the NGK chicane, so I think we should switch now over to the Visor Cam and go with him on board for a lap to present to the track. So coming off the Coca-Cola curve, second gear up to third gear. Now DRS open. DRS, you can use DRS wherever and whenever you want, so no restriction on DRS. So braking at the 50-meter marker, hard on the brakes, a little bit of lockup. The first gear, now second gear, third gear, now into that quite tricky right-hander, a left-hander, the Mercedes Arena. Now coming out of the Mercedes Arena, quite a tight section in second gear. There you really have to be hard on the throttle and to watch out to not go over the track limits. Then into Valvoline curve. Quite a corner where you have to show a bit of where you have to be a little bit brave. Then coming down to Dunlop curve. Normally a double apex curve, second gear. A little bit banked, which helps you. Out to the famous Michael Schumacher S's, which is, yeah, only a short lift, and I think now you can already open DRS again. Then we're coming to the Michelin curve, braking about 70 meters. Very important to get a lot of momentum through here. Also here for the right-hander at Warsteiner curve, and getting a lot of speed to the back straight. This small kink you should be able to go with DRS open, and now the NGK chicane. Very tight and twisty chicane. Hard to get it right. Oh, a little bit of acceleration oversteer there. Now into the final corner, the Coca-Cola curve. Second gear, very hard on the throttle, out, and that is a lap around the famous Nürburgring. And Puff Pirate is also the fastest guy around with 1:36.756 in front of Murphy with a 1:37.55 up 4:58. So Tim, teammate to today, aka Manu, the kind of big brain behind RSR, who are driving the Dan Bravil livery this season. Let's go on board with Alex Silman. He's already on start-finish straight, so let's see where he's getting. And he's on second place, 4/10 of Puff Pirate's pace. Project PD is in P3 currently. He's now coming to the fourth curve. So pretty much everybody already set the time. Tim currently on P18. Let's see where we have Manu. Okay, Manu is coming. I think he's coming out of the pits. Currently P7. So the first cycle of laps is already through. We still have 5 more minutes to go in this qualifying. And Pluck still no time set. That is quite surprising. Would be interesting how much practice he put in order for this event. Prior this event, he said he didn't do that much practice. will be easy where he is ending up. And a fastest lap of Project PD with 1:36.58. About 2/10 quicker than Puff Pirate. Behind Cluck, that's one of the Vesmec cars. That's probably Alex Selman, I think. Yeah, it's Alex Selman on his out lap. But let's get back to Cluck. A little bit late for the chicane. And he is aborting. He is aborting his lap. So no time set for Cluck. Oh, Diluvian is following Alex Selman. And I think... Oh, okay, he's aborting. So current standings are Project PD on provisional pole, roughly 2/10 in front of Puff Pirate, and behind that TX3 Stu rounding up the top 3. Then Yagi in the white livery, showing that he is a guest starter. Unfortunately, not everybody is able to be here tonight. So we also have again guest drivers. Miyagi, yeah, well-known driver within RSR, always competitive, has a lot of setup knowledge because of his real-life racing experience. But currently it seems like he's struggling a bit. P10. Then we have here Battenberg, one of RSR regulars. He is the Split 2 champion of the very first season of the Revolution Cup back then in the back mono. And yeah, since then he definitely rocketed up the ladders. And is always a guy that, yeah, you can expect in the front midfield. And on good days he's a front runner. So, and he's definitely one of the most patient guys in here. So you will normally never see anything crazy of him. He's always calculated. He's a very good racing driver. So Puff Pirate again in the pit, so I think he's preparing his final run. 2.5 minutes left to go. Yeah, he is going out once more. Then let's have a look at the new guys. So Caleb 42, he joined, I think he joined RSR quite the same time as Fab Iceman, was last year, if I remember correctly, is in Split 2. Was doing well there, and it really seems like he's more comfortable with this car than with the GT cars, so he managed to come into Split 1. Then Tasku from Finland. He's also quite new to RSR. I think this is his rookie season. So maybe also Dark Horse, was quite competitive at the preseason event last week. Then we have Rux, also coming up from Split 2 last season. Yeah, he's definitely one guy. He's capable of doing midfields, and I think he can definitely show some potential here with this car. He's very patient on practicing. He's doing a lot of practice, so I think we're able to see quite something from him this season. And Unstoppable, he's someone who's really working together with Stu and is definitely capitalizing on his experience. So I think he will definitely improve a lot this season with the help of his teammate. And then last but not least, we have Stokemon, the reigning Split 2 champion from Season 4. He teamed up with Alex Salmon in the Stamp Liquor Motorsports team in their Vesmec livery. And we are in the final 30 seconds of qualifying. Everybody is out, so let's quickly have a look with Puff Pirate. He's now over the line. And it seems like no improvement, but he has one more lap. Okay, Project PD is at... And Stu retired, so Stu seems like... Yeah. He lacks his second place. Project PD also retired, so Puff Pirate is now the only one of the top 3 left out on the track. Alex Salmon also retired, and the flag is out. Checkered flag is out of qualifying, but everybody is still able to finish his lap. Murphy in P6. Coming to the NGK chicane. Yeah, that looked quite nice. Now coming out of the final turn. And it's a 1:36.739, which puts him into 3rd place. Currently approaching Michelin corner. Maybe let's have a look at Fab Iceman. Oh, no improvement of him. Let's get to the quick Swiss Elodier. Teammate of Puff Pirate in the Sheriff Tizer car of Bad Boy Racers. Yeah, a little bit aggressive through there, but looked very good. No acceleration oversteer or anything. And that was a 1:38.0, which puts him into 9th place. Let's see where Puff Pirate couldn't improve. I think that's pretty much qualifying over. Miyagi already also over the line. Oh, Gosko. Gosko is still on his lap. Final corner now. And yeah, seems like no improvement of Gosko, so P19 for him. Quite surprised by Cluck only on P21. What happens here? But yeah, we can go now through the top guys. Project PD on pole position for the season opener. Besides him we have Stu. 2nd row Murphy and Puff Pirate. 3rd row Alex Salmon and Diluvia. 4th row Fab Iceman and Today. And 5th row is Elodier, and yeah, unfortunately I wasn't fast enough. 5th row is Elodier and Night Tiger. Then in 6th row we have Steve G and Miyagi. 7th row Unstoppable Copper Piston. 8th row Tim and Bettenberg. 9th row Catch a Glimpse and Strux. And now while the drivers are loading in, it's time for us to have a look at the keys to the race. Season opener hype. Everybody is hyped up for this race here. Nobody knows really what to expect. I mean, we know a little bit more what to expect than the previous season, because we had a pre-season race where everybody could get a little bit the hang of the cars. Or he could already have a little bit of a look on the competition, but it's still, you'd have to keep your nerves and not get too hyped up with the season opener. Then, gold starts. Always important, especially on standing starts. You can't afford to lose too much times. See Lewis Hamilton in Formula 1, he lost a couple of races the last weeks because he didn't nail the start that much. And strategy. Strategy very important, especially in race 2, when to do the mandatory pit stop. And do you go with full fuel at the beginning and don't refuel, or do you go with fuel during the pit stop? All strategic decisions that you have to make, and maybe adjust during the race to get out of traffic or get the jump on the guy in front of you with the undercut. So that was the keys to the race. Let's see how this race will end up. A lot of excitement before the start of the season. Everybody's hyped up, pumped. It's only a matter of time before we get the signal. So yeah, drivers are ready. We should be awaiting the command any minute soon. And the race is on. Season 5 of the Revolution Cup is on, and seems like a very good start from Stu. Stu already is alongside Project PD. Project PD on the outside. Yes, not going defensive. Stu diving up the inside. Alex Salmon also quite good there. Oh, a little bit of contact there. Alex Salmon, I think, maybe a little bit of damage on the front wing. Murphy now through the inside in the Mercedes arena. And that's Manu also is having a look at Puff Pirate. But he is, yeah, he's backing off. And now Stu is leading in front of Project PD and Murphy. And we have some battles behind there. I think that was Diluvian, and Meadow going a little bit wide. Alex Salmon currently in P4. Now heading for the first time to Dunlop Curve. Is already getting pressured by Puff Pirate. And yeah, definitely, we already knew what Stu has planned. He wants to take off here. He doesn't want to have any battles or anything, he wants to take off. But yeah, I think Project BD already realized what Stu is planning. And Stu is off! Stu is off! Stu spun out at Michelin. I think that was a little bit too hard on the inside curb. And now Alex Salmon under attack by Puff Pirate. Let's get on board here. Going to the outside. Oh, that is close, that is close. And a little bit of contact there. Hopefully no damage for Puff Pirate. But I think that is the chance now for Amenu in P5. So it's already getting quite two groups here. With now Miyagi under attack by, I think that's Catch a Glimpse. And something happened to Fab Iceman, only in P21. Unfortunately we missed that. But Murphy already reeling in. Project PD. He definitely wants to, yeah, kind of wants to have revenge to what happened last week to him at the preseason event. Two-time very costly mistakes, which, yeah, pretty much cost him the win. And Puff Pirate very close behind Alex Salmon. I don't think we are going to see an attack going into Dunlop curve. No. And a little bit of lockup, I think, from Alex Salmon there. But now he's close, he's getting the momentum, but yeah, that's a momentum killer now here through. Oh, and Manu's spin-off. I think he was too aggressive on ERS. Very unfortunate of him. And currently the Sheriff Tizer Bad Boy Racers team is the best team with the drivers on P4 and P6. So that's definitely looking good for the team championships. Project PD leading after the second lap. About 6/10 in front of Murphy. Already 3 seconds behind that is Alex Salmon with Puff Pirate behind him and Diluvian rounding up top 5. And yeah, it seems like Murphy's reeling in a little bit. Not much, but a bit. Oh, he's always here from Mercedes Arena. He looks very comfortable. He's always getting quite close. But yeah, still too far away for a serious attack. Puff Pirates still no chance to get by Alex Salmon. Yet it's quite hard to overtake on this track. Because it's a little bit tighter than Nürburgring and we don't have that many long straights. But still quite close, packed to little groups and gaggles of course. So now here fully Arsteiner Kurve. Yeah. I think it looked like he got a little bit of understeer there, so maybe a little bit of damage in the front wing, which is costing him costly downforce that we really need on this track. Oh, lock up, going into the chicane. And behind that is Diluvian, but already a little bit of a gap. And, but, is Aladir weaving there, or was that a mistake on throttle? That's interesting. That's really interesting. On P7 we have currently Copper Piston after three laps. P8 is guest starter Miyagi. P9 we have Catch a Glimpse. And P10 is Tim, aka Dutch Tastic. Already followed by Stu. Stu definitely wants to salvage some points here. Very deep into the first corner, and I think we are having a lapped car in here. I can't remember having a Sheriff Tizer car in front. I think that's probably, that's Ashnu, unfortunately, and we have Fab Iceman in the pits already, so damage for Fab Iceman. But again, this is probably currently the kind of the battle of the race. And we have more people in the pits. Pokemon, Manu and Trucks also in the pits. So again, a lot of damaged cars in the early phase of this race. The gap at the lead is kind of staying the same between Puff Pirate and Murphy. Sorry, Project PD and Murphy. I mixed up something here. But yeah, currently we don't really see that German dominance we feared. So we have a German in front of an Irish, then a man of Jersey, and 2 Germans again, followed by a Swiss. So quite mixed up nations at the front. So currently no sign of the German dominance some people might have feared. Now on the straights, Murphy is getting a little bit closer, but yeah, he's trying an outside line for here to get a little bit more momentum for the first turn. Puff Pirate now again very close behind Alex Hellman, but in the Mercedes arena you hardly can overtake. It's very hard to overtake here. A little bit wide here for Alex Hellman, but yeah, he has enough of a gap. So we are already in lap 5 out of 12, so nearly at the midway point. The sprint races are, yeah, very fast paced, not very long, so no room for mistakes or anything for the drivers. We also have some battles further back in the pack. It's Battenberg currently followed by Tim. Okay, that is probably a lapped car in there. I think that must be Steve, I think. I'm missing Steve of the standings. So he's probably... But again, Puff Pirate very close behind Alex Hellman, but not close enough. And we have Murphy side by side with Project PD. I nearly missed that. Now going into the slipstream. Going to the visor cam. Project PD going defensive. Murphy on the outside now, trying to get behind. Is he doing it throughout the outside? But there's a lapping car. I think that's Unstoppable. Yeah, that's Paul. Hopefully he's not impeding the 2 leaders. Whoa! Project PD going very deep contact. A lot of lockup. Would be interesting if they now have damage. I don't really know. Was slight contact, but it could be enough for damage. And Puff Pirate is also again attacking Salmon, but wasn't close enough. Now is Project PD going defensive into Dunlop corner. Oh. Murphy going for the dive. Murphy going for the dive, and he's doing it. And again a little bit of contact at the exit. But a very brave move of Murphy going into Dunlop corner. Dunlop hairpin. But yeah, Project PD isn't really happy with second place. He wants to get back into first. And Salmon still able to defend against Puff Pirate. He's very hard under pressure. And oh, Tim nearly collided with Unstoppable there. Little bit of a sideways moment from Murphy going into the NGK chicane. And now heading into the final corner. He has a little bit of a gap, so maybe he's safe going into first. Puff Pirate again very close behind Salmon. But I think it's still not enough. No, Puff Pirate couldn't make it. Unfortunately the TV cam zooms really in, so we don't have that nice look at the cars that we have last week. But let's get on board with Project PD, currently in second place. Oh, Murphy going wide there. Into the fourth curve, now going down to the Dunlop hairpin. Very nice corner, normal, oh, yeah. So here you see the two different approaches. Murphy is taking the double apex approach, and Project PD was coming more from the outside to get the momentum, and the very late apex to get a lot of speed up the hill to the Michael Schumacher cases and now to Michelin. Oh, a little bit wide of Project PD. I always mix them up. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, that cost him a little bit. Murphy got very clean through that passage. And again, Puff Pirate trying to reel in Alex Helm, but that little advantage is missing. He's doing the pass. Again, locking brakes of Alex Helm, but that shouldn't be a problem in the sprint race. So we are a little bit more than halfway through the race, so we should go maybe once more through the field. So we have Murphy now in P1 after a very brave move at the Dunlop hairpin against Project PD. Project PD on second place currently, looking very strong, and is again reeling in a little bit. We have to have an eye open for that. Alex Salmon in P3 under a lot of pressure of Puff Pirate, who now has a little bit of a gap, but I think he's going to reel that in again. Then in P5 we have Deluvian. In P6 Elodier, so that Amberville car I think was a lap bar. I think that was Meadow. Yeah, it was Meadow. Then P7 we have Stu, and he's already pressuring Elodier. So Stu trying to salvage as many points as possible after his mistake from in the first lap. Then in P8 we have guest starter Miyagi. P9 is Spettenberg, and P10 we have Gosku. Followed by Tim, and then on P12 we have Catch a Glimpse. Night Tiger surprisingly only in P13. He looked quite stronger in practice. Then P14 is Copper Piston. And P15 is Drugs. That's rounding up the top 15. And unfortunately we missed Stu going by Elodier, who is now 12 seconds behind Deluvian, so it's probably going to be P6 for Stu. But still quite, yeah, it's damage control for him. I mean, he was definitely expecting much more. But yeah, with that mistake in first lap in Michelin, it's unfortunately nothing more you can do against this very strong field. Alex Selman still very hard under pressure. Puff Pirate. Yeah, that Alex Selman looked very strong at the beginning of last season, but then he kind of faded off towards the end of the season. He was extremely strong in the first 3 to 4 races. Until his little faux pas at Watkins Glen with outbreaking himself. That really cost him the momentum, and the final 2 races he wasn't that strong anymore. Yeah, although he said he isn't too comfortable with this car, he looks very comfortable and also very quick. And he was actually no, Stu was the fastest of the top 6 guys, or the fastest of the field the last time around. A little bit sideways of Salmon, that lost him a little bit of drive. Half Pirate having a look shortly, but yeah, nothing you can do into Coca-Cola curve normally, at least not with Formula cars. So now going to start-finish line. Alex Salmon going defensive. Yes, going to the inside. Half Pirate trying the outside. But, oh, and a little bit of contact. But I don't think there will be any damage resulting. But yeah, Half Pirate already, yeah, you can definitely see it. Half Pirate is getting impatient. Definitely his patience is running up. But that move now cost him a little bit. That definitely wasn't the best thing he could do. And yeah, Murphy is now taking off. He saw the chance when he overtook Project PD, and now he is heading off, clicking laps like a Swiss clock. Definitely good consistency. That was something he was definitely missing last week at Red Bull Ring, where he made a few stupid mistakes, but he learned from that. Definitely came back stronger. But back to the battle of the race. But Puff Pirate seems like maybe he had some damage from that maneuver and is losing some time, and Diluvian is reeling him in. Only roughly a second the gap. So the drivers are now going into the pre-to-last lap. So 2 more laps to go. And we already, I think we can already, is that already Stu back there? Oh no, that was Unstoppable. Amix, the teammates up there. It kinda seems like that Puff Pirate is losing some time and Diluvian is reeling in. Maybe we get our focus now on Puff Pirate. A yellow Sheriff Tizer car. Definitely that #1 Renault sport machine of Diluvian is getting bigger and bigger in Puff Pirate's mirrors. So yeah, I think it's now definitely damage control for Puff Pirate. He has to have a look that he doesn't drop down to P5. Because Diluvian now really looks racy, he's getting closer and closer. Gap is only 0.6 of a second anymore. Yeah, it really seems like Puff Pirate has a little bit of damage. So Murphy now going for the final chicane. He's now through the final turn and he will now see the white flag signaling the final lap of the first race of the season. White flag is out, final lap for Murphy. But we go back to Puff Pirate, who is getting more and more under pressure of Diluvian. Diluvian getting close, and the slipstream is already having a look on the outside, but that's probably more to get a little bit more clean air for the wings to get better braking. Now, a little bit of a waddle of Puff Pirate, but Diluvian is too far back to make a move here. Miyagi is also getting under pressure by Battenberg, I think. Yeah, but we have to focus back, I think, on Puff Pirate, because that could be already championship deciding in the first race. Starting from the first race, you have to think about the championship. So that could be really costly for him. Although this season we have strike results, you definitely don't want to start with a strike result. So Diluvian having a lot of a run for the Michael Schumacher's. Will he have a look into Michelin? Puff Pirate going defensive. They are side by side. Oh, Diluvian is definitely, yeah, he's starving on the outside. No chance. Now I think Manu, yeah, but I don't think Manu is unlapping himself in the final lap. That's not really making sense. But we go now to Murphy, who is in the Coca-Cola curve. And Murphy wins the season opener, the first sprint race of the season. After a lot of bad luck last week, he is having revenge. Project PD in P2, and we have Alex Salmon in P3. Puff Pirate, yeah, kind of bringing home P4, salvaging a lot of points. Diluvian, very racy at the end, P5. Stu salvaging a P6 after his spin in first lap. Elodie, the quick Swiss, coming home in P7. Yeah, here, and definitely the Sheriff ties up Bad Boy Racers, currently the strongest team. Miyagi, independent guest driver, P8, followed closely by Battenberg in P9. Tim, aka Dutch Testing, rounding out the top 10, currently in the NGK chicane. Then, a few seconds behind him, we have Gosku a little bit under pressure of Night Tiger, and I think we have a position change. Catch a glimpse. Oh, he's going wide. That's definitely not the Sonati pass. So Copper Piston is regaining his 13th position. Catch a glimpse in P14. Then on P15 we have Drux in the Luigi car. Teammate of... I quickly have to check my cheat sheet. Teammate of Cluck, who had unfortunately a very disappointing race. Then P16, yeah, very disappointing today. So we have 15 in this lead lap. Then P17 is Dokemon, P18 Ashnoon, P19 Unstoppable, and P20 we have Fab Iceman. Also very disappointed race of him, I think he had a lot of problems at the beginning. Then P21 Steve G, P22 Caleb 42, and P23 Cluck. Unfortunately the final 3 drivers had to retire. So let's see who we can... I think we should get Murphy in here.
User was moved to your channel.
Hello and welcome Murphy to the commentator booth. Very nice race of you, first victory in RSR. So how do you feel about that?
Pretty happy, man. Pretty happy. I thought literally it was the hours practice before the race. I jumped into the car in the track, so yeah. I didn't think I was going to be on the pace in the race, but just whatever it was about the setup, it just worked.
Yeah, and it's definitely revenge after the preseason event didn't go that much your way. So yeah, definitely nice to see a new face in front, and that move against Project PD going into the Dunlop hairpin, that was really nicely done. Looked very good in the stream, and yeah, congratulations to race 1 victory. I won't take that much time of you, so you get prepared for the second race. And
yeah, no worries.
And maybe we speak each other again after the second race. So
yeah,
good luck
no
for
problem.
That.
No problem. All right, talk to you later.
Yeah, see you later.
See ya.
User was moved out of your channel.
So that was Murphy. So maybe we get Project PD in here. I'm quickly asking him if he wants to talk, because he's normally not that much of a talker. But I think before that we will get Alex Selman into the booth.
User was moved to your channel.
Welcome Alex Selman to the commentary booth.
Hello.
Yeah, nice P3 of you. How was your race? You were definitely a lot under pressure of Puff Pirate.
Yeah, I mean, it was... he drove my race, really. I'd appreciate it if he was, you know, a little bit less arrogant, but yeah. It was fun.
Yeah, definitely a nice race, and it was definitely entertaining. But yeah, I won't take too much time of you, so you can get prepared for race 2. Thanks for talking to me, and maybe we talk to each other again after race 2.
Yeah, thank you, thanks.
User was moved out of your channel. User was moved to your channel.
Hello, Project PD, and welcome to the commentary booth.
Hello.
I think, yeah, you could be quite, yeah, that was quite a good start into the season, I think.
Yeah, sadly, yeah, I'll be overtaken, but it was a very nice race, a very nice fight. I mean, better than my last start in the season, for the season 4, I think.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, it was an awesome battle between you and Murphy, and yeah, I'm very looking forward to the rest of the season. I mean, it looks like a lot of guys very close at the top. And
yeah, we are all very close together. I think if there wouldn't be the issue in the first lap, there would be 4 or 5 drivers fighting for first position. And yeah, hopefully the next races will be without issues, and then we will see a lot of fights.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that. I won't take too much time of you, so you get prepared for a second race. Thanks for talking to me, Project PD, and maybe we talk to each other again after the second race. Good luck for that.
I hope so, thank you.
User was moved out of
So
your channel.
that was some very short podium interviews after the first race. We will go now into a short break and we will be right back for race 2. So we are back from break after a very exciting first race. Yeah, now coming up the feature race, 24 laps around this awesome track here in northern Germany. Mandatory pit stop this time around, so drivers have to change all 4 tires. You can also take some fuel, but it's not mandatory. It's only 4 tire change, and that has to be followed by at least 1 full lap out on the track. So we just saw highlights from the last season. Now go again through for the event details. So it's a little bit later now on the 16th July. We have a little bit more clouds cover now over the track. So could be a little bit colder. Maybe that's suiting some drivers, maybe some not. Will be interesting how that plays out. So now we see the details. 10 minutes qualifying again. Heavy cloud conditions, so we got a little bit more of a cloud cover coming to the track after the first race. But then 24 laps of main race with heavy cloud and a little bit. It could even get more cloudy towards the end of the race, but it seems like we are not expecting the classic Eiffel weather, which is very good because I think these cars in the Eiffel weather will be not too easy to drive. That will probably catch a lot of people off guard. So drivers are happy that we will most likely have again a dry track for the entire evening. So now we are following Fab Iceman on his outlap. Yeah, definitely not the start he wanted to have to the season. He ended the last season so good with 2 consecutive victories in Hockenheim and in Bathurst. But P20 in the first race is definitely not what he wants. And yeah, also interesting strategies. I think that's now... he probably wants to have somebody to follow. Oh, he wants to follow Manu. So Manu will be the first, I think, going onto the flying lap. And for those who missed it in race 1, we will go again on board with the Weiser Cam. So now start finish straight, full throttle DRS open. Coming up with about 275 to the first corner, the Haukhaken, very tight corner, now into the Mercedes arena. That's a very tricky corner, it's quite long and it's quite hard to see where the apex is. Now through the tricky exit of the Mercedes arena. Second gear very hard on the throttle out there. Oh, he's now getting a little bit into traffic. Hopefully they are getting out of the way. Yeah, very nicely done. Now through the Valvoline corner into fourth curve. Second gear very hard on the throttle. Use all the track you have there. Now heading down to Dunlop hairpin. This is where Murphy made his, I think we can already make it a little bit legendary. That pass that was very nicely executed. Then use all the track width again. Now through the Michael Schumacher S's, you have to be very brave, and bravest I think is going to take Paul here because he can open DRS the earliest through that section. Now through Michelin where Stu went off and through Warsteiner curve. Very important to get a lot of drive out to the back straight. That kink shouldn't be a problem with DRS open. Now going to the engine caging kink, very crucial. About 90 meters, the breaking point. Very tight for here. First gear, I think maybe it's better to do it second gear. I haven't tried it out. Now through Coca-Cola curve. And that is a lap around Nürburgring GP. I think Project D. Oh, they are already tandeming again, he and his teammate. Project D is kind of known for some team tactics. Normally he's mostly doing them with Fenor, but this time it seems like his teammate Caleb is trying to put the anchor on his tail and tries to get backed around. We have currently Puff Parrot on provisional pole with 1:37.334 after the first flying lap. Let's see, where do we have a fast guy on a lap? Maybe let's go on board with... Oh! Okay, that scared me currently. It's not Battenberg. It went off, I think, but that was one of the T-Rex G cars. So maybe it was Stu or Unstoppable. Now we have Murphy on provisional pole, edging out Puff Pirate by 0.077 seconds. Battenberg now coming out of Warsteiner, and I think he was too early on DRS there. That looked quite loose on exit. 5 more minutes to go, so half of the qualifying is already again over. So not much time for the drivers to get a fast lap in. Now Bettenberg going through the final corner. Where will he land? It's P10 for Bettenberg, 1.6 seconds off pole position. I know again, but I think that was his outlap. And we have Project PD now on P2. The first 3 cars are separated by 0.077 seconds. P4 Fab Iceman 0.117 seconds off pace currently, so very tight at the top. And now Alex Selman 0.007 seconds off pole. It's getting even crazier. We just had a question by Mark in the chat. Manu, yeah, he spun off in the first race. I think it was the second or third lap. He spun off in the Warsteiner section of the track. So in the section Michelin corner, Warsteiner corner. Yeah, then probably also followed by damage, so wasn't able to salvage that many points. But yeah, good thing is we have a second race, so gets that problematic start of the season already out of the way, get a good second race and get the momentum for the next race at Brunel. But then now again, all drivers except for Copper Piston out on the track. With now Murphy here coming into the Mercedes arena section. Currently in provisional pole, and yeah, he was able to improve his lap time the last time around, because now the gap is 0.123 seconds. Yeah, I think he could have taken a little bit more drive out there. Could have taken more. He could have used more the track width, the width of the track there. Oh, sideways through Dunlop curve. I don't think that's going to be a fast lap. And pretty much simultaneously, Puff Pirate and Project PD are jumping Murphy. So now Project PD on provisional pole, 0.060 seconds in front of Project PD, and Murphy is now 0.122 seconds off. Let's see if he's able to regain his pole position. On board now in the final sector. Nice exit here out of the Coca-Cola corner. But no improvement, which was quite to expect after that very sideways moment. And he's still continuing. He's still, yeah, you said he has a lot of fuel. So he's not doing the normal low fuel strategy. Alex Elmo currently heading to fourth corner. Oh, we have Manu now in Michelin, and let's see. Currently quite busy on the track, but he has quite clean track in front of him, so that's very good for him. Now going into NGK chicane. Hard on the brakes. First gear. Oh, that's lap deleted for him. That was a little bit too late on the brakes. Maybe let's go a little bit down the order. Night Tiger again struggling on P15. That is very interesting. In practice during the practice sessions earlier this week, he was able to go sub 37s. So if he could have done this lap, he would actually be in pole. Oh, and too early on the throttle. It's going from bad to worse currently for Night Tiger. Stu currently in P8. Let's see if he can jump the field a bit. Yeah, he's doing the chicane in second gear. It kind of seems like he gets much more drive out there than Manu. Maybe different gear ratios, maybe different liking. Oh no, and the session is over, so everybody out there can still. And Murphy again jumped them with a 136.838. Stu now on second position, 0.18 seconds off, and Puff Pirate 1,000 of a second of Stu in P3. That's really close. Project PD currently in P4. PD now in the final chicane. Let's see if he can improve. And Project PD heading up to P2. Oh, he is getting jumped by Manu. That definitely looks like a glimpse of light from Manu. P2. And Puff Pirate only in P5 anymore. Currently it's not looking that good, to be honest. But again, now I think nearly everybody has finished his lap, so let's go through the starting grid. So Murphy, following his race win in race 1, he is now on pole position. And he's actually still out of the track, so maybe he's even improving his pole already. No improvement of Murphy, so Murphy on pole position. Besides him will be Manu, the head of RSR. Row 2 will be Project PD and Stu. Row 3 will be Puff Pirate and Stiluvia. Row 4, Alex Selman. Besides him, Fab Iceman. He definitely has to... Yeah, he definitely wants revenge after the first race. Didn't went to plan for the car number 24. Then P9, Elodie. P10, Steve G200. Then 6th row, Copper Piston. And Bettenberg. 7th row, Miyagi. Unstoppable. 8th row, Night Tiger. Beside him, Gosku. Then 9th row, Drugs. Besides him, Catch a Glimpse. 10th row for Cluck. I hardly can believe my eyes, to be honest. Besides him is Tim. P21, Stokemon. P22, Ashnum. And P23, we have Caleb. So drivers get their setups ready. This is our Type 40 keys to the race. So season opener hype, it's still there. After, I mean, we already have the first race in the books, but still, especially people that the first race didn't go to plan. They want to have revenge now. They want to have a good race to get the momentum for the rest of the season. So we definitely have to watch out for that. Then, again, good starts. We saw what good starts make. If you're already far back and don't have the best starts, the risk to get into some trouble is much higher than being out in the front. And now, strategy. Strategy will be really important. Who is taking fuel on the pit stop? When are you doing the pit stop? Do you go with full fuel in the race? A lot of choices to be made, and a lot of choices that can decide the race. So that were our keys to the race. Let's hope we'll see the lights anytime soon. If you still have to get some drinks or snacks, do it now, because the next 24 laps you don't want to miss. They are going to be exciting again. So the race marshals are still not activating the starting lights. So it seems like somebody's still not ready. Oh, now we have the starting lights activated. Okay, let's get the focus on Stu. And the race is on the green. Seems like he had a very good start of Stu, and not the best of starts for Murphy. Stu already going very offensive. He's getting to the inside, all the way onto the grass and 4 wide into turn 1. Very aggressive move of Stu. He definitely doesn't want to lose any time. Oh, but it looks very clean for the first turn. Now into Mercedes Arena, Project PD already again very aggressive. He doesn't want to lose Murphy. Murphy in P1, PD in P2, Stu in P3, Illuven in P4, and Puff Parrot went all the way back to P7. And again, where's Manu? Manu in P23 without front wing. It's again going from bad to worse for the leader of RSR. Definitely not the season opener he was hoping for. But Murphy again trying to take off like he did last week at Red Bull Ring, the preseason event. But I mean, I don't want to jinx it, but hopefully he isn't able to take off and we get some exciting racing for the lead. Let's get quickly on with the Weiser cam of Deluven, P4 in the number 1 Renault sport car. Oh, and Stu misjudged the braking a bit there. Was going a little bit wide. Same goes, I think, for Fab Iceman and Alex Hellman in P7. And am I kind of blind or okay? Seems like Puff Pirate made a mistake and he's going to the pits. Puff Pirate to the pits. That's definitely also not the season opener he was hoping for. And Murphy already 1.2 seconds in front after the first lap. But now following Stu and the T-Rexergy. In the T-Rexergy Team Forward motion car. Oh, he's taking a lot of momentum through there. Trying to get as much drive into the fourth corner. Now going down to the Dunlop hairpin. What is now important, they shouldn't lose too much time with battling because otherwise Murphy is just taking off. And I think once he is off, it's very hard to catch him again. So maybe quickly check the fuel loads of the cars. So Stu is definitely going for fuel at the pit stop. Project PD is starting with full fuel, so he's probably... yeah, he wasn't here at this preseason race. And Deluven going aggressive. Deluven going aggressive and trying a move. That's something people that weren't here for the preseason event don't know. That it's faster to refuel at the pit stop. Deluven again. Having a slight look, but he is backing off. Oh, and Stu a little bit late on the brakes, a little bit of lockup going into turn 1. But nothing major happens. Yeah, Deluven right in the exhaust pipes of Stu. Stu going a little bit wide for there. I don't know if that is allowed, if there is a track limit exception, because normally it's 2 wheels within the white lines at all times. So maybe something that the stewards have to have a look about, or maybe there's an exception. That unfortunately wasn't communicated to us in the commentary booth. Stu running very wide, lost a lot of time through there. But through the Michael Schumacher SSU normally, yeah, it's hard to overtake through there. Can do it in touring cars, but not in open wheelers. But he's having now a run. He's having a run going into Michelin, but again backing off. So Deluven trying everything he has to get by Stu. Let's see, Half Pirate currently in P21, 1 minute 20 off. Today, 1 minute 50 off, so he's already a lap down. Very unfortunate for Manu again. It's very sad to see. So Murphy now already starting lap 4. And it's again Deluven. Oh, he's too far back this time. But it kinda seems like, I think one of the winners of the start phase is Night Tiger, already up in P7. I think he made up 7 positions. It's closely followed by guest starter Miyagi. Behind them is Nürburgring That's very nice to see. Drax, he seems like he had a lot of problems in race 1, but now P9, that was where I expected him. So very nice drive of him, currently under pressure from Tim, and behind them is Unstoppable. Yeah, that's quite a gaggle of cars there. Three cars together. But let's get back to... Oh, okay, now Diluvian lost quite a bit of time. Right, that was a smoking tire of Stu, so he was quite aggressive for that. But Alex Salmon now already reeling in. He's already reeling in Elodier, the quick Swiss. Very sideways through Michelin, costing a little bit of time. But now again with the visor cam pictures are very impressive in these cars. So now heading to NGK chicane. Quite early braking, in my opinion. Very aggressive over the sausage curbs. Maybe lost a little bit of drive there, but he's definitely able to stay close. But yeah, again too far away to take an attack. But Miyagi also close behind Night Tiger, but I think, yeah, also too far away. It's very, very hard to pass, and we have Unstoppable into the pits. Unstoppable, I think, yeah, he's probably going for his mandatory pit stop, getting out of the traffic. Yes, Stu was able to get a little bit away of Diluvian, but now Alex Salmon right in the exhaust pipe of Elodier. So it's now Swiss against Jersey, Team Sheriff Tyser against Team Vesmac. Alex, it seems like very nice drive out there, out of Monla Perpin. A little bit sideways of Elodie now going into Michelin, but kinda seems like in the second sector he's stronger. And Diluvian passed Stu, so there must have been a mistake, because Stu is already getting under pressure by Elodie. So Stu definitely made a mistake. Unfortunately, we don't have a replay feature, so we can't rewind, because that would be really interesting to see. Oh. And we have now Night Tiger going very defensive against Miyagi. Miyagi, that was very late. That was very late, but yeah, I was expecting that. Miyagi going very red, but he's making it stick round the outside in turn 1. He's now having the inside in the Mercedes arena and the advantage. So Miyagi up to P7. Oh, and I was already talking before about Night Tiger doing the most moves since the start. I think I have to correct that. And Stokimon coming from pretty far back of the pack, I think, to P11 now. Very nice, and we have also Battenberg and Gosko in the pits. I think that was a Gosko with damage. Battenberg, I think, yeah, that was a 4 tire plus fuel stop of Battenberg. So I will now go out anytime soon. But it seems like maybe also some damage repairs. Don't really know. He's now going out. Half Pirate already up to P20, but yeah, it's definitely not the start he wanted to have. Let's go back to the battle. So Stu was able to get rid of Elodie and Alex Salmon again. And Miyagi is trying to catch them, but a 3 seconds gap, that will be a lot of work. So now after 6 laps, already a quarter of the race again over. Alex Salmon again with locking brakes. Seems like he's quite aggressive on the brakes. Okay, definitely a lot of locking brakes from Alex Salmon. But again, in the lead, we have Murphy quite comfortably with 2.6 seconds in front of Project PD. And in third place, we have Diluvian. Then in fourth, Stu, after, I guess it was a mistake. In P5, it's Elodie under pressure of Alex Selman. P7, guest starter Miyagi. P8, Heights Tiger. P9 is Tim, and P10 is Strux. He's rounding up the top 10. And Alex Selman again looking very racy. But he isn't close enough. The number 27 car isn't close enough to the Sheriff Tires a Bad Boy Racer car. Alex Selman driving for Nasmac Stump Liquor Motorsport with Stokimon. But that will be interesting now. And we have Stu in the pits. Stu in the pits. What will be probably a 4 tire plus fuel stop. So 4 tires plus fuel for Stu. Yeah, I think Stu definitely wants to have new tires after his, I guess, was a mistake in the beginning of the race. Project BD now getting a little bit closer. Is now lapping his teammate Caleb. But the last time around they were pretty much equal, but the Diluvian was 2 tenths quicker the last time around. And it seems like we already lost TX3 Ulti. He's already in another game, so unfortunately to see that. So teammate of Murphy is unfortunately already out of the race. But yeah, again, Alex Selman, he is still trying. Yeah, it definitely seems that it's hard to overtake him. Cars are definitely suffering more from dirty air than the last time at Red Bull Ring during the preseason event. And it's just the track. The track isn't the widest, so... And the field is just so close that it's very hard to overtake. But it really seems like the battling of these two allows Miyagi to come a little bit closer. He was half a second quicker, and Alex Selman now to the pits, locking brakes. And this will also, I just heard from the pits that he will have 4 new tires and a little bit of fuel. So 4 new Michelins and a little bit of fuel for Alex Selman. Diluvian is reeling in Project PD now. That will be interesting if he's able to catch him before the pit stops. And we also have Catch a Glimpse in the pits. Catch a Glimpse going for 4 new Michelins and a bit of fuel. The 25 Besmone car from Besmone non-challenge dominance team. But let's get back to the front. Murphy, yeah, he's looking very comfortable. Seems like he's much more confident with the track than last time around at Red Bull Ring. I mean, at Red Bull Ring he already showed a lot of pace, but it kinda seemed like he made a few mistakes which cost him big time. But Diluvian only half a second behind Project PD, so Diluvian is on the move currently. Diluvian 4 tenths of a second quicker the last time around than Project PD. So now it was 6 tenths the last time. Project PD with a 139.88 and Diluvian with a 139.21. But we are about 2 seconds slower than predicted race pace. That is quite interesting, so seems like the drivers are a little bit struggling with the colder conditions. We also have now, okay, that seemed a bit closer on the timing than it actually is. But yeah, let's get back to Diluvian, following Project PD. Yeah, he takes the full drag lift out of the fourth curve, now going into Dunlop hairpin. Again, getting a great drive out of there. It's, here's the fat. Oh my god, my heart just nearly fell into my pants. I just thought we lost Murphy again, but I think that was maybe Steve. Oh no, it was Battenberg. Battenberg trying to avert the lapping cars. So I already thought we lost Murphy here. But the top three are as they were. And none of them is going to the pits. So after lap 10 of the race, the top three are still out there. Now, Diluvian having a run. Let's stay on board. He's trying the over-under. Oh, he's too wide. He's too wide. That unfortunately didn't went his way. But yeah, Miyagi has catched up to Alex Selman. So Miyagi now closely behind Alex Selman, but we have to go back to Diluvian because we might see now again a very awesome move against the Project PD. Closely through the fourth curve, now going down into the Mühlenbach-Schleife. Is he? Yes, he's having a look, but he is backing off again. Oh, and he has a lot, oh, okay, he had to sacrifice his drive again. Got a little bit blocked there. So Project PD was able to jump him out of the Dunlop hairpin. It will be interesting. Will Diluvian come to the pits now to maybe get again clean air? That's what I was talking about before in the keys to the race. Yeah, but the strategy, you maybe have to adjust the strategy, how you are lying in race. And both stay out. So maybe we have Miyagi or locking brakes of Miyagi lost him a lot of time, but okay, Diluvian is a little bit too far away. We have now definitely will need now some split screens or something to have both battles covered. It seems like Miyagi is losing a bit of time. 6/10 off now. Project PD very hard under pressure as we are now heading to the midway point of the race. And we have now Stokemon in the pits. Stokemon is pitting and Tim also. So we have again two cars in the pits. Now through the Michael Schumacher SS. Seems like he lost a little bit the last time around. He was already a bit closer, but maybe he thinks like, yeah, maybe picking off, saving the tires a bit. And we have already seen it's not too easy following another car in this course, especially going up the Michael Schumacher and through Michelin and Warsteiner. So maybe we'll see now one of them going to the pits. Both of them stay out again. Interesting strategies. Yeah, I think they try to force each other into a mistake of running out of fuel, outsmarting the other one. Very interesting. But yeah, we have now Miyagi into the pits. And also for him, 4 new tires and a load of fuel. And Tim still in the pits, that is interesting. So must have a lot of damage, or maybe it's again in the pits, I don't know, but we're halfway through the race, so I think we should go through the field now. We have Murphy leading quite comfortably now, 3.5 seconds in front of Diluvian, and we missed it. Again. Diluvian got by Project PD. Probably a mistake of Project PD. Yeah, unfortunately we missed that move. Then Project PD NP3 seems to struggle a bit. Yeah, it's definitely a mistake that he went with full fuel. Then in 4th place we have Eladir. 5th is Night Tiger. In 6th we have now Cluck, but I guess he wasn't in the pits yet. He's closely followed by his teammates Lux. Then in P8 we have Stu, who was already, I think he's the leading car that was in the pits. And we have Fab Iceman in the pits again. Yeah, it seems like, oh, Fab Iceman without a front wing. So it's going bad to worse for him this week. But yeah, where were we? Stu in P8, Ashnum in P9, then P10 we have Alex Selman. I think he's the second car that is already in the pits. Then 11th Yagi, P12 is Unstoppable. He was actually the first one in the pits, I think. Then 13th is Puff Pirate. It's also quite a disappointing result for Puff Pirate currently. P14, Catch a Glimpse. So the best Mon team really is struggling here, it seems like. P15, Stokemon. P16, the Panasonic car of Tesco Value Racing Team. That is formed by Steve G and Bettenberg, and we have Drax and Ashnum in the pits. And I guess Diluvian was just in the pits because he's P6 right behind Stu. So sorry I missed something here going through the field, but we also want to show the other drivers in the race a bit. So Diluvian now closely behind Stu. So Stu, it seems like Stu's early pit stop worked. And Murphy was also in the pit, so Murphy now in P3 about 6 seconds in front of Cluck, and about 10 seconds in front of this pack you see now. Diluvian already having a look again. I think that should be for P2 on track now. For P2 without the pit stops. So he's very close behind him. Trying to get a run. Getting through the draft, but around the outside is going to be tricky. But Stu was very late, had to compromise his drive a bit. But Diluvian couldn't capitalize on that. So now heading into lap 15. So 10 more to go. Diluvian trying to get a run a little bit from the outside to get a little bit more drive through the first hairpin. And that seems like it had worked. But now, a kind of a wiggle in the dirty air. It seems like the No Sport Odd Fish racing car is struggling a bit in dirty air. Now we have Project E leading, but he is still to pit. But the advantage he has with the full fuel strategy, he isn't limited by fuel about his strategy, so he can stay out as long as he wants, basically, and is more flexible on strategy side. Murphy currently the leader without the pit stop. It's pretty much going by plan for him. And we have now Diluvian side by side with Stu. They go through Warsteiner. And Diluvian does it, ramp the outside. Lapping car gets out of the way. He's now going very defensive. Stu trying now what Diluvian did before, going around the outside, but that's pretty much impossible for there. Now on board with Stu. Yeah, didn't seem too good. The exit. Definitely struggling with keeping up with Diluvian. Yeah, that was a very nice move of Diluvian, getting him back into P3 on the track, which should be P2 if you don't consider the different pit cycles. So one of the only people we still expect in the pits is Project PD. Project PD is yet still to pit. We have Miyagi again pressuring Elodie, like before the pit cycle. He's again behind the quick Swiss. But he's definitely doing a good job, Miyagi, as a guest driver. Definitely adding to the competition here. But yeah, still too far away, so... Yeah, but we can maybe expect a move there anytime soon now, if it gets a little bit closer. But Project PD still in front. Although doesn't look too comfortable anymore. Kinda seems, or maybe it was only... I think that was was that sketchy glimpse? Yeah, that was sketchy glimpse. Going right through the Schumacher cases. So now, will Project B come to pit this time? Going through the NGK chicane. And he is heading to pit road now. Project PD coming to pit road. 60 kilometers per hour, the pit limit then. So we have word from his team, he will only do 4 tires, no fuel. It's only 4 new Michelin tires for Project PD. And Murphy is currently on the back straight heading to the NGK chicane. So we will see how much the gap will be between these two, and if Diluvian is able to catch him again. And if Stu is able to catch him. So Murphy, that isn't really a question, but Project PD already going out again. Without Diluvian, that could be close, that could be close. Project PD is still on the pit exit. Oh, and that is Diluvian off in the final corner. That is the chance again for Stu, and Project PD up by miles. Definitely that no fuel strategy seemed to work out, but 6 seconds quicker. That is quite interesting. So we have now your top 3 are now Murphy, Project PD and Diluvian. But Diluvian has, he's not allowed any more mistakes because Stu is already again trying to reel in the number 18 P-Rex G car. And we have Elodie still under pressure by Miyagi. But still, they are still too far away. Miyagi is still too far away. A little bit of lockup going there, but also for Elodie. But it seems like now Miyagi has more of a drive going up the hill now. But it's very hard to follow through that section. You rely a lot of restricted with the dirty air you get from the car in front. But it seems like Stu is not able to capitalize on that mistake by Diluvian, but Diluvian was again running very wide at the exit of Coca-Cola curve. So it seems like Diluvian is maybe struggling a little bit there on the exit. Let's go on board with Miyagi now. He's trying to pressure Elodie, but yeah, it's currently not really working. Oh, okay, that doesn't look too good. Unfortunately, again, it seems like we have some slight technical problems with the cars going very strange around the corner, but that was a little bit wide off Murphy here for Michelin, so that wasn't due to technical problems, I think. But at the line, it will be 5 more laps to go. 5 more laps to go. So Murphy is still very comfortably leading the race in front of Project PD. 3rd place we have Diluvian. In 4th we have Stu. P5 is Alex Selman. P6 is Miyagi, who has finally passed Elodie. So Miyagi now in P6, Elodie in P7. Behind them closing in is Night Tiger. Then P9 is Puff Bird. Yeah, he's trying to salvage some points. But it's definitely not looking too good for him now. And P10 is Unstoppable. He's rounding up the top 10. But it seems like, again, Stu is reeling in Diluvian a bit. That doesn't look too good, so it seems like really some technical problems here again. Seems like maybe connection, something with the connection isn't going too well here. Doesn't look really good, to be honest. Now it seems again to be better, so we can again enjoy the racing, and it seems like Stu's, I don't know, maybe Diluvian got a little bit unconcentrated, got out of his flow, while Stu's tires are better. But it definitely closed in a lot the last few laps. If not Stu going to the outside, he is trying the move. But yeah, around the outside is very difficult at this corner. So we have 4 more laps to go. 4 more laps to go. Stu trying everything to get by Diluvian. But there wasn't an opportunity yet. I'm very sorry for the chittering of the cars in the broadcast, but yeah, unfortunately nothing we can do about that. Oh, mistake by Stu. So Stu wasn't able. Yeah, definitely lost again a lot of time through there. unfortunately we weren't really able to catch where that happened. And Elodie is now getting under pressure by Night Tiger, who is hopefully not running that wide. So yeah, Murphy now in lap 22, so 3 more laps to go for them. Coming now out of the Mercedes arena. He has about a 4-second gap to Project B, so that is a very comfortable gap. Then in P3 we have Diluvian, who is again under pressure by Stu. But it's not that close as it was already before. And rounding out the top 5 is Alex Salmon, but let's go back to Stu, who is again catching. And yeah, I don't know why we have technical problems, but I'm very sorry for that. Hopefully it's getting better in the last 3 laps. So Stu still trying to catch Diluvian. The gap now got again bigger, so probably again a mistake of Stu. So now 2 more laps to go for Murphy. The gap is getting a little smaller, but probably Murphy isn't pushing that hard anymore and just managing his gap. So we have again Stu, but he is too far away. He has 2 more laps. Oh! That was very close again. He was very aggressive on the brakes there. Very close call for Diluvian. Could have ended up in disaster again like last time at Red Bull Ring. But this time with bad ends, but seems like he gained some time for that. He definitely gained some time for that. Again, unfortunately the car's wagging around quite a bit, I don't know why. So now going through the Michael Schumacher S's. He's again always losing a little bit of time there, it seems like. Most of the time he's the closest after the start-finish straight, but there normally it's very hard to pass. And we have also Night Tiger pressuring Elodie, and further back we have Catch a Glimpse pressuring Battenberg, but currently nobody really close enough to make a move. And we have now Murphy already seeing the white flag, Murphy in the final lap. To go back to Diluvian versus Stu, so 1 more lap for Stu. Will he be able to make the move? We will see. A little bit of fun. Oh, and Stu spun around. Stu was too aggressive there. And I nearly put the knot into my tongue. But yeah, Stu spinning out at the Haken at the entry of the Mercedes arena. Very unfortunate. Yeah, it's definitely not what he wanted to happen at the season opener. 2 mistakes, 2 very costly mistakes. So that is giving a lot of breathing room to Diluvian, who is now comfortably in P3. But let's go to the leader, Murphy now. We haven't seen too much of him recently in this race, because he was quite dominant at the front. He's now on the back straight, going through the Ed Van Bowen small kink, which is full flat. Now through the engine cage chicane, the final time. now into the Coca-Cola curve, and like it was at Red Bull Ring, we have a driver sweeping both races. This time it's Murphy. In P2 we have Project PD. P3 it will be Diluvian. P3 for Diluvian, P4 will be Stu again after some mistakes that compromised his result. P5 Alex Salmon after the P3 in the first race. P6 Miyagi. Then in P7 we have Eladir going quite defensive here, doing a little bit of breathing. He was able to hold off Night Tiger. In P9 damage control for Puff Pirate, but yeah, wasn't successful unfortunately. Then P10 Unstoppable, and we had a spinning car behind there. 11th will be Cluck. I think that was Fab Iceman. Yeah, that was Fab Iceman. Oh, he is probably not really happy with this result. 2 not good races. So 11th for Cluck, P12 for Drugs. In P13 Eshnu after quite strong appearance at Red Bull Ring. It's probably more that what he was also expecting. He was quite surprised by being that far front at the preseason event. P14 Catch a Glimpse. In P15 we have Svettenberg. Then I think in P16 we have today P17 Stokemon, P18 Copper Piston, P19 Fab Iceman, P20 Caleb, P21 Gosku, and unfortunately Tim and Steve G retired. So 2 retirements for Steve G. That is very unfortunate for him. Hopefully he will be able to come back at Brunner. So very impressive result of Murphy, and let's hear what he has to say now.
User was moved to your channel.
Hello Murphy, you kind of promised it to me already, but you swept the race at Nürburgring. Congratulations.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it. I seen, who was it? Was a project behind me? What was his?
It was Project PD behind you, yeah, at the end of the race.
Yeah, I seen him closing towards the end. He left his pits a bit later than me, and his tires must have been a bit fresher.
Yeah, and he also he didn't go for fuel at the pits. He started with full fuel, so his pit stop was probably a bit shorter.
Oh no, I had full fuel at the start as well.
Okay, then I missed that.
No, but yeah, happy, definitely. But once I got through the first corner, it was just about managing it. So that was basically it.
Looked like a quite good start, and then you were kind of taking off for the rest of the race. So, yeah, congratulations to that great result.
Thank you very much.
Hopefully you can take that momentum to the next stop at Brunner in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah.
And yeah, see you there for the next race.
See ya.
User was moved out of your channel.
That was Murphy. So let's get Project PD again in for another time.
User was moved to your channel.
Hello, Project PD.
Hello again.
Again, very good result of you. Second place this time. So maybe tell us a little bit about the battle between you and Diluvian in the middle of the race. That was very entertaining to watch.
Oh, was it? I don't feel very good about that. I don't know. At the first half of the race, my car isn't that good. Diluvian was very strong, pushed hard. We had a nice battle in the Mercedes arena where we are a few corners side by side. Luckily I hold it, but a few laps later, a lap later, I missed my braking point, and then sadly he's gone or go through. Yeah, then he goes to the pits, and I don't know what really happened. When I go to pits, I was again before him. Maybe he had a fight with someone else, but you see that, did you?
Yeah, he was fighting quite hard against Stu when he came out of the pits, and it seems like his pit stop took a little bit longer because he was taking fuel and you weren't, so...
Ah, okay.
I mean, it's a lot of people are a lot of people are starting with only half fuel and then they are refueling during the pit stop because it's happening simultaneously. So to gain a little bit of time. But it seems like you and Murphy started with full fuel, so it seems like it's not that much time difference there.
I mean, by this cars it's very interesting because when you drive with low fuel, you can lower the car much, and you see that in the lap times. You know, in GT3, GT3s are that high from standard. It doesn't matter if you do 60 liter or 80 liters in the fuel tank, but these cars are quite sensible to that. Okay, good to know.
Yeah, I wanted to tell you that, but unfortunately we are already running out of time. The next programs are already waiting, so we have to end our coverage here. Thank you, Project B, for talking to us. Have a great evening.
Thank you.
User was moved out of your channel.
So, yeah, thanks for watching. We see each other again in 2 weeks' time. So next week, no race. Next week is break. In 2 weeks' time from beautiful Brno in Czech Republic. Again, same time, same place. See you next time. Goodbye.